All right, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. Q&A time. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I asked you guys on Twitter, post some questions below. Funny enough, I did this in the middle of a stream because I was saying I'm really bad at discussion videos because Yapology is not something I've studied well. And they said, well, just ask for a Q&A. Here we are. So let's go ahead and jump into the questions. Hopefully we get some insightful ones. For the ones that I've already answered several times at this point, I might just summarize it and then skedoodle on forward. I've already answered them many times. And for OGs that have been here for a while, they already know. So, number one, Billy. Post-cut physique update when? So for those of you that have been around here for a while, I talked about this numerous times. I went on a crazy bulk because I was pushing for a 315 bench. My obsession with having 3 wheels on the bar took me too damn far. I hit my peak weight of like 235, 230, chunky boy, bear mode boy. I could never get it. Bench, unfortunately, was not my strongest lift. I am a tall boy. I'm 6'2", and I have very long arms. I'm like the, you know, those weird spaghetti noodle things that are in front of car dealerships. My arms are like that long. I could be an Aerodactyl. That's how long my arms are. So it was very hard for me to get the bench. I only got to 305, and I never got it. The issue was, this was around the pandemic, and when the pandemic happened, all the gyms closed. So when you are peak chunky boy, strongest you've been, you don't really know what the future is going to look like when it comes to the gym. They're kind of closing every week or two. It was very bizarre. They kept pancaking between, all right, gyms are open. No, they're closed. They're open again. Closed. Closed. So for me, I wasn't sure. If it was going to remain closed, I would probably go on a cut because I was very, very chunky boy. I was like, I don't need to carry all this extra weight. But because they kept pancaking between the decisions, I just kept my weight. I was on maintenance. That went on for a little too long. I did what I could with, you know, working out at home, rice bags. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you got to make do with what you can, because when you are that heavy, you want to maintain as much muscle as you possibly can. And then I think when the gyms finally fully opened, you know, this is like a year later. This is where everyone's, you know, training scheduling is all messed up because we all have our consistent schedule, you know, upper, lower, rest, upper, lower, rest, rest, upper, lower, you know, continuing like that. Just messed up the routine. But finally getting back into it, everything's looking good. Muscle memory is a blessing. Rapidly getting my strength back. Keep in mind, I maintained my weight up until this point because I didn't know how long things were going to be. But then I hurt my back. I got a herniated disc because I guess I jumped the weight from my squats a little too crazy. My body was not 100% adjusting. Everyone was also at home, so a lot of sitting. I imagine I lost a little bit of mobility, so it was just a recipe for disaster. Now, after navigating through injuries, trying to work through training, eventually I decided I'm just going to lose the weight. I don't really feel comfortable anymore. But for those of you that are in the lifting world, you have to be very careful. Keeping your muscle is a difficult thing to do. You work so hard to build that muscle tissue. When you trim off the fat, you don't want to lose it at all. So you have to train with intensity, train with intent, have a really on-point diet. When you're hurt, how do you do that? You probably can't properly do that. This is how much my back hurt. When I would lie down to bench, the pressure of pushing the bar off my chest hurt my back. That's how sensitive my lower back was. So training was very difficult to navigate through. So I had to do a step-by-step process of let's heal my back first, increase my mobility first, and then we could properly navigate through losing the weight. So this is all to say, last October, I finally was fully, truly healed. Back is great. Mobility is fantastic. I'm basically, I don't know, some sort of circus act. I'm very, very nimble and noble. Very good. And I decided I'm going to hone in and just finish this cut. So since last October to now, I have lost 50-something pounds. I am extremely lean. However, I'm usually 18 to 19 pounds heavier than right now, which tells me I have lost 18 or 19 pounds of muscle most likely because of the last few years of shenanigans. So yeah, I'm setting myself up for a very long surplus period. Gonna be working hard to getting my well-earned muscle tissue back, but I'm very happy now. Very lean and comfortable in my own body. So for Billy, he and I talk about fitness all the time. I always share the fitness woes to him. He always shares his fitness woes to me. We're talking about food and burgers and lifts, and you know, mentally we're checked out, but it's like we motivate one another for the gains. So for Billy, post-cut physique update when? I'm not sure. Maybe I would have to do that face reveal prerequisite first. So appreciate you, Billy. Duel, when will you stop being a noob? We carry you every game. This is 100% false. Duel, My Buddy Lucy, and Zilchi are the 3 trios of noob. The equivalent of recycling can, garbage can, and the loose trash that flies out of your garbage in the wind, and you have to go back out there and carry them. That's what they are for me. Every game that we play together, I carry them. My back, part of its injury is carrying these 3 stooges together. Isabre. I hope I'm not too late. Future plans and ultimate goal. Future plans is a difficult thing for me to answer. I think I've said numerous times, it's very difficult to juggle the 9 to 5 stuff with the YouTube stuff, mainly because YouTube demands a lot of your time. It's not easy. I know it sounds like, oh, you're just farting around playing a game, but sometimes you gotta stay up very late at night for the new content that drops. You have to maintain what is interesting for your audience. There's a lot of like analytical work, especially if you're managing multiple channels, which I'm doing. So my future plans is at some point to set up me being able to shift over to doing this content thing full time. That's at least the hope, right? That's the hope for me, because something is gonna give. You know, I'm a software engineer. That by itself takes a lot of mental work, because you're faced with a new, very complicated problem virtually every sprint, and it's very stressful. It takes a lot out of you. There's a lot of things to worry about, very strict deadlines, crazy management, all that fun stuff. You got to worry about all those things. And once you tack on the restlessness of content creation and the sheer demand of you just, you know, being a person, right? I know that might sound silly to say, but you sort of think of it as like a social setting where you have to be, you have to be more social, more energetic, more bubbly in a way. Those things are very demanding, but different aspects out of you. And when you put them together, paired alongside, you know, new stuff for Legends drops at 2 a.m. my time, becomes very difficult. It's not really the workload, though, that's the problem for me. It's the lack of recovery. If Legends dropped all this stuff at, say, 4 p.m. in the afternoon for me, oh, I would be okay. I would do all this stuff at once. The problem is I have to do an all-nighter every week, and anyone that is up to date with all the studies about the importance of sleep, they know that it's very detrimental for your health to have to stay up every week. Well, YouTube is unforgiving in that way. So my future plans is at least to set up the second channel and my streams in such a way that I can afford to, one, not have to stay up because I have other content avenues. So if the Legends channel was hurt in any way because of that, the other channels can pick that up. But my ultimate goal really is to just be in a position where I can just buy my mom a house. That's the ultimate goal, really. I just want to be able to say, hey, pick a house, I got it. I think that's everyone's goal, every child's goal, to be able to tell your parents, like, hey, you know, you're done. You don't have to work anymore. Leave it to me. It's my turn now. I want to take on the burden. You kick your feet up and enjoy your time. I will work. That's the ultimate goal. Lucy, why are you so bad at Marvel Rivals? Oh, so just like Duel, yeah, see, the second Stu just showed himself. When will I stop being a noob? We carry you every game. Why are you so bad at Marvel Rivals? As you guys can tell, these two butt buddies together are the equivalent of the left and right cheek of a really bad player. So these two should maybe rendezvous at a different location, most likely waste management system area, so they could talk about their severe lack of skill. Dugo, I'm recording this April 6th. Yesterday was my birthday. His birthday, Akira Toriyama's birthday. Happy birthday to us all, buddy. Are you bald? No, I'm not. I have a full, healthy set of hair, but to everyone's dismay, I don't have super long hair. I don't have crazy long blonde hair, and I do have eyebrows. My hair is closer to Guts from Berserk than it is Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I keep my hair short, faded, and tidy. So no, I'm not bald, and I will not be going bald. I'm not balding at all. I have very strong hair. I will have all my hair. Don't worry, I am not bald. Abu, as a player who's been playing since 2018, I've yet to reach God rank once. What's some advice you can give to reach that rank? God rank at this point is a time commitment. How much time can you dedicate to the game? Ideally, you would probably want to play a lot. That's really what it is, because it's all about maintaining how many hours you can play in the game. The RP system nowadays is also a lot more forgiving in that even though you could take a loss here or there, the amount that you gain from winning is a lot more than you could ever get from losing. So it's really just a time commitment. It's part of the reason why I don't really chase them. I just don't have the time. I also don't want to make it an obligation. Everything I just talked about earlier in a previous question, imagine all of that, and then you come home and you're like, ah, crap. I have to dedicate more time to maintaining top 1000. People don't want to admit it, but the game is constantly growing, and every year there are going to be more people that want to get in that top 1000 spot. Do you want to constantly have to duke it out with more and more people to get that top 1000 spot? I'm not really interested. It's not worth it. But my advice to you is play a nice little competent team, dedicate more time to it, and you'll probably reach God rank. There you go. Adam owns 6. How are you doing? Hope you're all good. You as well. How did you get your videos to be noticed and grow your YouTube channel? I got lucky. I think I started uploading my stuff at a time where Legends was in its infancy. So I kind of just jumped on the wave at the most ideal moment. It was all luck. Do you do more of YouTube short videos or long form videos, or a mix of both? I'm sticking to YouTube long form videos. Shorts can help you boost your subscriber count, but you have to be a little bit careful with how many of those you push out, because the audience that you gather from shorts will mostly be there for your shorts. They're not really interested in your long form content. That can hurt your average view time for your videos, because the people that are subscribing from your shorts will probably click a long form video, see it's like 20 minutes and be like, I don't have the attention for this, I'm gonna click away. And then that video gets, from one person, an average view time of 7 seconds, which hurts it. One of the stats that YouTube really cares about is the average view time of your videos, because it's one of the ways that they identify that this is probably a good piece of content. If the average video is 15 minutes long and the average view time is 13 minutes, that's a massive percentage of the whole video being watched. And into YouTube's eyes, wow, this must be a great video. We're going to promote it to more new audiences. So I'm sticking to long form stuff. A short video here and there would be okay, but I think long form is the best way to go about it. Number 4, when is the best time and day to post YouTube videos? That is dependent on your audience. Depends on where they are from. It is something that you can see in the YouTube analytic page. It'll tell you where the bulk of your views come from. For me, it's from 8 a.m. to, I think, 1 p.m. I think a lot of people say they watch my video in the morning as they're getting ready, or they watch it at lunch when they're at school, stuff like that. So that's something you're going to have to pay attention to in your own page. And how to get God rank, I answered that question above rather. Christian, what is your favorite Persona game? I've only played one. It's Persona 3 Reload, or was it Reloaded? Because my sample size is 1, I'm going to go with that one. It's my favorite. Demo. Would you ever consider something like a 5-9 gaming podcast? Something where you all get together and discuss the current state of Legends, Dragon Ball as a whole, or even broader aspects of the gaming and anime communities? Could be very interesting. I mean, we could consider it, but that would need me to have more free time. That would be the only issue. That's actually one of the reasons why 5-9's podcast sort of phased away. We just ran out of time. Individual creators started to move away from it because their schedules just became far more busy. I know that's what happened to me, so I couldn't appear as often. And I know the same thing happened to Goresh and Truth. And, you know, eventually people just started becoming too busy to gather around for the podcast. So it's unfortunate, but I'd love for us to have that again. There is a lot of fun in speaking about Legends because, you know, we all love Legends. At the end of the day, it's a game that we actually care about. It's been a key part of our lives. It's been here for many years. The game is close to 7 years old. That's a long time. Some of you started high school with Legends and are now nearing the end of your university/college education, with Legends being a part of your lives. Think about how crazy that is. That's a long time. Hey Sirius, would you down for a collab someday? Sure. Hey Daily, it's Daily. After Goresh's transition to full-time content creator, are you thinking... oh, why is Siri talking to me? After Goresh's transition to full-time content creator, are you thinking more about it? No. Goresh's decision to go to full-time content creator came from what's going on in his own life. He knows that it would work. I don't know anything about what goes on behind the scenes in his life, but I would imagine that, you know, he's a smart guy. He saw that between the time dedicated to normal work and all the numbers and the risks that he's willing to take and his future ambitions as a creator, I think he, in his circumstances, realized that being a full-time content creator not only works, but is a better use of his time versus what he's doing at his job right now. For me, I'm not quite at that point. I would feel more comfortable if I had the other channels and the streaming platform ready first before I embraced a little bit more risk. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I haven't been able to tell you guys, as it's rather personal, but for close friends that are on social media that I have talked to before, they probably understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. But there's a couple things going on behind the scenes. They're not great things. They are the reasons why I can't just full on embrace full-time content creator. Not yet. Maybe one day. We'll see. Phantom, what made you get into Dragon Ball? How'd you come across Legends? I think for all of us, it was like just one of those things that showed up on the, it was on TV just one day. That was an introduction to it. It wasn't even like, oh, episode 1, Dragon Ball. It was just, we'd be in the middle of like the Buu saga or Cell saga or something, and we'd watch one episode and we're like, wow, this is so cool. What is going on here? And Goku transforming and screaming, and then we'd go to, during recess, we talked to our friends about it, and then we started beating the crap out of each other. That's how it got started for me. I think, what is it? Oh god, I don't remember the networks that played that, but like Cartoon Network and stuff like that. Did they have Dragon Ball? I don't know. It was just on TV one day, and that's how the love for Dragon Ball started. And how did I get into Legends? I was playing a little bit of Dokkan, but then Legends became heavily advertised on the App Store, and I was like, oh, this is crazy, and just downloaded the game and played it. Just saw it on the App Store one day. Funny enough, I actually didn't like Legends when I first started playing it. I was like, oh, this is stupid. I don't know why. I didn't like it. I just... Something about, pressing cards and navigating across the screen, I was like, this seems kind of goofy in a way. So I didn't really, feel the game at the beginning. But it wasn't until I kind of just sat down and really gave it a shot that I realized, okay, I see what they were going for, and I really enjoy it. Pokemon! Will you be doing a Fortnite slash Legends collab video with Diddy and Nano when we get Dragon Ball Daima skins in Fortnite, which have been leaked to be coming out? Man, I don't know. And I only say this because the last time we did a Fortnite slash Legends collab video, it took us 11 hours. The night where LF Nappa Revival to Vegeta dropped, the day before, we started early afternoon recording that thing. And by the time we finished getting all the footage, I kid you not, 15 minutes later, LF Nappa slash Vegeta's banner dropped. It was that long of a recording period. Getting the footage from Fortnite, getting all the fights in, and then all of us making our teams because we had the point system. Wow. I mean, in between those things, we were eating, using the bathroom, just so much life going on in between. It was like, I don't want to call it a whole production, but we're just going through everything for that one. And yeah, I haven't fully recovered to be willing to do another one of those right away. Amir, when do you think Ultra Gogeta Blue will get his platinum equipment? Probably this year, Legends Fest. 2025 Legends Festival. That's what I think. Maybe this anniversary they decide to give Ultra UI his plat equip, or they give it to Ultra Vegeta Blue. I could see it being more so Ultra Vegeta Blue, I won't lie. Stove, will you do a Shallot revisit anytime soon? I'd love to see how he holds up in today's meta. He'll get bulldozed, but I need Shallot love. You answered that question. He's gonna get bulldozed, so no, I will not be doing a revisit of Shallot. He's gonna get bulldozed. Alright, Coda, why is your favorite transformation Super Saiyan 3? And follow-up question, is Super Saiyan 3 your gym motivation? I answer this a lot, but I think it's just the way that they presented the form. Earth is shattering. Everyone is baffled by the sheer power from Goku. And remember, his power was going into the divine realm. He just had that much influence, sheer force, power. And when Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, he's not, you know, messing around. There's a tone shift in the character. It's almost as though he has to cut a piece of his own personality to maintain the form, and he's fully serious. He's not goofing. He's not playing a joke. It's like how Gogeta was staring down Janemba's soul after he got hit with Soul Punisher. Goku is like that in Super Saiyan 3. And a serious Goku, you always know something epic is going to happen. So that's why I like it. It's just awesome. Super Saiyan 3, is it my gym motivation? I think it's every Dragon Ball character. I mean, let's be real here. Broly, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Tien, Yamcha. Look, dude, everybody is swole as hell. Jackie Chun, Master Roshi, when he went full power and used the Kamehameha to get rid of the flames, all of those physiques started that little neuron activation in our brain where we went, whoa, muscles are cool. That it's any Dragon Ball character could be your gym motivation. So it's not specifically the form, it's Dragon Ball as a whole. That's my gym motivation. Red Midget, have you played Monster Hunter? If so, what is your favorite weapon and monster? I have. A lot of you don't know about this, but I love Monster Hunter. This is why you guys gotta check out the Twitch and the second channel, because you will not believe the number of people that tell me, wow, I didn't know you liked X. Well, yeah, you're not going to find out because the Legends channel is just Legends. The other channels are where I fart around with all the other games that I really enjoy. I love Monster Hunter. I've been playing them since they came out on the PSP. That is a lot. So I think that's Monster Hunter 2. Yeah, I think so. My favorite weapon for the longest time was the dual blades. I've been using the dual blades since the second game, but for Wilds, I decided to use a greatsword ever since they introduced the power clashes. So that's why I use a greatsword. My favorite archetype is Super Swole Guy with a gigantic sword. Basically, Guts is the archetype I play in any game. Also, if you play Monster Hunter Wilds, you should play with viewers on stream. That'd be fun. I did, actually. I did exactly that on stream. We played together. I'm not the highest hunter rank right now. I'm still navigating through the story. I just finished the story, which is quote-unquote the tutorial. And we're now working through the high rank stuff from the guild. That's what I'm doing. Chill. If you were to add a new game mode, what would you want to be? Also love you, Pookie. I love you too, man. If we had to add a game mode, screw it. Make it Tower Defense Dragon Ball Legends game mode. Screw it. It would be like a Mega Man Battle Network grid, and we just have enemies passing through, and you just plop a character. Boom. It's already there. The Tournament of Power mode, the Guild versus Guild mode, everything is basically a grid. All they have to do is add enemy spawns. Boom, Tower Defense. Dragon Ball Legends Tower Defense game. Sam, what are your predictions for 7th anniversary? How has the meta been recently from the time of Ultra Beast? I'm liking a game a lot from this time, and face reveal when. And predictions are impossible. I think it's going to be Universe Rep for one part, and I think Ultra MUI for the Ultra at the end. I don't know what they would start with, so I think it could be Daima paired alongside Universe Rep, finalized with Universe Rep. That's what I think. How's the meta been recently? Daima runs the meta. Some people like it, some people dislike it. I'm kind of in the middle of it. I don't really love it, but I don't particularly dislike it. I realized they had to really brute force Daima because Daima's new. They don't have the Zenkais, the equipment, the viable team options, so they kind of just gave them every gimmick in the game. I kind of just wish they didn't give them paralysis. I would have been fine with everything minus the paralysis. I think a lot of people feel the same. So I wish they just didn't do that. Face reveal when? Talked about this before. I work full time. Contractually, I'm not allowed to be doing any kind of additional work on the side. So showing my face would very quickly get me in trouble. And I'm not ready to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. Enum, do you think Legends is healing? And do you think the 7th anniversary is going to destroy the balanced meta again? I think it's healing because all the releases this year have been quote-unquote healthy / balanced. But that in conjunction with the newsletter tells me that they're very aware that they made some mistakes towards the later end of 2024. So they are going to be focusing on ensuring characters not only play specific roles on teams, but they aren't going to be these super long combo characters that give you no chance to play. So I think they are going to be far more precise when it comes to ensuring characters are good without being outright obnoxious to fight. So on that regard, yeah, it's healing. It's great. Is the 7th anniversary going to destroy the balanced meta again? Do we even have a balanced meta right now? I don't think the meta has ever been balanced like it was in Legends Festival before Ultra UI dropped. I think when we got Goku and Bardock, I think that was at its peak. We had androids, we had Universe Rep, Sun Family, Vegeta Clan, hybrids, movies. We had a lot of viable characters, a lot of viable tags. Right now, I don't really feel it's as diverse. I think it's Future Hybrids, Daima. Yeah, it's about those guys. Yeah, I think I don't really think the meta is that balanced. I think Daima kind of gaps the entire game quite a bit. But yes, the anniversary would probably kill that again. That's how it always happens. The Ultra always kills it. Stefan, will we ever post Dokkan content along Legends? Maybe. The only reason why I try not to is because I do not want to stay up for another game. Dokkan has a crazy release schedule, and Dokkan releases far more content than Legends does too. Like, they'll get like 9 EZAs overnight. That's awful. Kudos to Truth for handling all that stuff. Rubik, who is your favorite of the trash LF units? I wish you gave me a list. I don't know what the category of trash LF units is. Some people consider Yellow Goku Black trash. Some people consider trash to just be LF Super Vegeta. But my favorite of the trash LF units is probably Super Vegeta. Big fan of the Super Saiyan form, or Ultra Super Saiyan form, or Grade 3 Super Saiyan form that they call it. Really like it. I like Super Vegeta because the character animations and impacts so crisp. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. The 1% red grade 3 Super Saiyan Trunks cover change animation. He does a backflip and he kicks the opponent in the chin. That animation has so much impact. It's one of my favorite cover changes. All the slow movement but heavy hitting attacks are my favorite. I really like that form. So I like Super Vegeta. I wish the guy was better. Honestly, I wish he wasn't trash. He's such a cool character. I like the whole unique gauge gimmick. You guys seen me. Whenever I revisit that guy, my whole focus is make my opponent think I have no vanish, but I just got the unique gauge. The Cell does the exact same thing. It's so much fun. I love it. I love it when you could do that. And honestly, Vegeta with his unique gauge is honestly not that bad. It's just before that, he's dirt. Absolute dirt. What would your perfect unit be? Who was a character and what as their kit? Honestly, Super Saiyan 3 character where at the end he has to use a blue card and the number of cards he kills gives him vanish back. That's what I like. I think my design philosophy is every character has a weakness, and if you're ever going to get a super strong thing like vanish, there should be a trade-off. The characters that use a blue and they have to destroy a lot of cards in order to get more vanish, I think that's balanced. Like if I kill 4 cards, I get 70% of my vanish back, that's balanced. That's fine. I think that makes sense. That is a fair version of that because I can't combo. It's all done right there. It's not like I can combo and end with the blue. You have to make the active decision of, do I combo or do I get my vanish back with the blue? And I like that. So that's probably it for me. Stinky, how did you get started on YouTube and what equipment do you use to make videos? I started because Rhyme whooped me on his Demon King Piccolo showcase and I wanted to get better at the game. So I posted my content on YouTube as a way for other people to give me feedback, and it kind of just grew from there. And in terms of the equipment, I have my device. I use a capture card, an AverMedia capture card, and that is connected to my computer. And then on my computer, I use OBS, and I set the capture device as an input source so that OBS can capture it, and then I record it. Introverted, what are you looking for in an Ultra Super Saiyan 3? I would want a mix of LF Boo Saga, Wrath of the Dragon, and Fusion Reborn. I want the same thing. There you go. I just don't want, honestly, I don't care who it is. I just don't want it to be an annoying character. I don't want another Ultra Majin Vegeta. I don't want another transforming green Super Saiyan 3, and I don't want another transforming Vegeta Blue. I don't like these super long combo characters. Just give me a guy that's good but not obnoxious to fight. That's all I want. When you just saw this tweet when the balloons came up, happy birthday. Thank you. Do you have any advice for teenagers going into adulthood /20s? Do I have any advice? I think my biggest advice is don't worry so much if you don't have it all figured out right away. Nobody does. That's what no one tells you. When it looks like someone has it all figured out, they don't. But please work hard. Most of life is down to luck, but the opportunity to get lucky comes from hard work. Does that make sense? You have to work hard to make those opportunities possible, and from the opportunities, you have to get lucky. But the prerequisite to all of those things is to work hard. So don't stress so much, but definitely work hard. Chunky, what is your favorite thing about Legends? It's a pretty great game. If you think about what Legends has done in a mobile device as a fighting game, it's kind of genius. You have enough character control to feel like it's not, totally done for you. And at the same time, you do genuinely feel like you're playing a fighting game, but the combos are captured in a card. It's a genius way of doing a fighting game. And I think that people should give Legends a bit more credit. A lot of, I think what Legends has done for Dragon Ball IPs is not stated enough. Future Gohan having one arm, that started from Legends. The presentations where the producers are more transparent and give you more information, that started from Legends. A lot of what's going on nowadays actually stems from Legends. I think, some of the stuff that it does outside of just being the game is noteworthy. It's pretty great. I think Legends deserves more kudos. Link, after playing Legends for so long, what was your favorite character reveal? The Boo Duo, because I never thought it would ever happen, but here we are with the unicorn. It's just a shame that the character wasn't as great as it should have been when it came out. How would you like if Ultra MUI had the Dokkan mechanic to automatically win all clashes, as in Strike Greens and Melee Blues? This already exists. The red one does that. Any clash, Debaki clash, he wins, which is awful. Do you prefer Z Bardock over Super Bardock? I think the build-up for Super Bardock is better, but the finale for Z Bardock is better. That's my thing. My second favorite form. This is a tough one. I don't know if it's Super Saiyan 4 or if it's the Ultra Super Saiyan form. It's one of those two. Oh, Mister. In a past Q&A, I think you said that you are tired of the YouTube grind. Is it still the same until now? If so, then if someday you leave the internet space, will you continue just working your current job and find other hobbies? I still am kind of tired of the YouTube grind. You gotta upload every day. You gotta be on point. You gotta be consistent. If you're going to be away for a couple of days, you gotta keep yourself covered for a couple of days. Though staying up until 2 a.m. stinks. I know I'm saying these things from a place of privilege. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to the things, the responsibilities for the YouTube stuff, yeah, it does kind of get tiring. It gets annoying. If I ever leave the internet space, yeah, I would just keep working my current job and find other hobbies. The weird thing is YouTube has been so impactful and such a big part of my life that I honestly don't remember a life without it. It's been how many years now? 7? More? It's been a while. Favorite sandwich? I don't know. I don't eat a lot of sandwiches. Favorite anime? Hard to say. Favorite anime? I got a list, I think, like Code Geass, Hajime no Ippo, Mashle is pretty awesome. Dragon Ball, of course, is up there. Gurren Lagann is up there. There are so many fantastic animes that I think people should really dive in. But Hajime no Ippo is like such a solid, just jack of all trades anime. You got your shonen action in the boxing matches, in very pivotal moments. You got your slice of life when they're just being good friends all together. You got your humor, which is honestly pretty damn top tier as well. Serious moments, unserious moments, goofy moments, character development. It's all there. It's all really awesome. I think Hajime no Ippo is criminally underrated. Even though the manga has been going on for well over 1,000 chapters, more eyes should be on that. It's great. And how much do you make compared to how much you spend on Legends? I can tell you now that every year, the focus has always been to spend less on Legends. Always, always, always. Because if I can't control additional output to make more, aka make more videos, then the other alternative is to reduce the expenses, which is spending less on Legends. So it's always been calculated, and it's a significant delta, and it always is every year. What would you personally change about Dragon Ball Legends? Any changes or fixes that you think would make the game better? I would immediately delete every single AoE green. That's what I would do. Start minute 1. I'm deleting AoE greens. That's gone, folks. I don't care. Any character that had an AoE green, sorry, Chief. It is now a stop time green instead. Screw AoE greens. What's your opinion on Daima, both as a series and how the games are treating it? As a series, I honestly think Daima could have been 12 episodes. I think 8 episodes of them farting around with the ship not working, them struggling to fight tomato can enemies, I don't really feel that added anything. And if anything, that kind of fluff deterred people away from the show, because nobody cared about that. It didn't add anything. I felt really unnecessary. I think the games right now are still at the beginning of including it in their games. Legends is clearly putting it on a pedestal because the Daima team is monstrous, but the other games are still, like, the floodgates are open, but they're still incorporating Daima stuff. So as a series, I think it could have been trimmed better, but when it's hard to rate Daima. Daima's lows are really damn low. Those episodes where they did nothing and kept running into the same problem were awful. But the episodes where they expanded on lore, introduced new characters, and went through combat were so good. Seeing modern Dragon Ball with modern animation, art style, everything was a gem. But the episodes where nothing happened were awful. They stunk. So it's hard to say. I think Daima was like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 for me because of that. The games are still at the beginning of incorporating it, so I think they'll release some pretty cool stuff. Zenkai, if there could be one thing you could truly change about yourself, even the smallest thing, what would you change? Sometimes I wish I kind of just... I know it sounds stupid. Sometimes I wish I broke out to being a more mainstream content creator. Only because I think that would put me in a position where I could just be like... You know, I could just tell my mom, like, yeah, whatever house you want, I can buy it. I got you. I think that's probably it. Just having the opportunity to say I can take care of everything. I think that's everyone's goal. That's probably what I would change. Andrew, how do you balance your full-time job with content creating? I'm trying to learn on balancing my own and on my own and time to work out or play games more. Advice or tips would be a big help, right? You got to make a schedule, Chief. It's not gonna happen without it. How do I balance full-time with content creation? It's got to be super risky. I stream at a time where I should be working, but I'm good enough at my job that I can still get all my work done in the given time that I still have. But you got to make a schedule. You guys would be surprised how much control you have over your life if you write it down. It's almost like transferring your thoughts of what you need to do onto paper makes it more real. It's almost like you give it more weight. It's like the difference between hearing an opinion from a stranger to hearing an opinion from someone close to you. So write it down. 6 a.m. you wake up. From 6:15 to 7:30 you're going to the gym. From 8 o'clock to 4 you're working. It's work. You're not thinking about nothing else. You're not YouTube nothing. You're working. And then, 4 to 5 you're going to grab a bite to eat. 5:30 to 7:30 you're going to do your content creation. And then from 8 to 9 you're going to enjoy yourself with a game, whatever. And then you're going to sleep, rinse and repeat. That's what you're going to do. That's pretty much what my schedule looks like. Wake up at 6, go to the gym. 7:30 I'm home working, or I have to go into the office, so anywhere from 7:30 8 work, come home 4 or 5 or 6, and then immediately jump to recording a video for the next day. And then sometimes if I'm working from home during the lunchtime, I stream instead of eating, just because I've noticed that, first of all, no one's gonna bug me during lunch, and then for the hour after lunch, no one's really, everyone's almost working their way back up to doing work because they're all full and they have the itis. So I know I have a 2-hour window to get a stream in, so I stream in that time. That's what you would have to do. Favorite LF is hard to say. I like the Boo duos. I like Dragon Fist. I like Murzumasu. I actually like IT Goku's as well. It's pretty awesome. So there's quite a few. Are you genuinely happy with how Legends has been turning out in this recent year? Yes, I think they're doing a good job of honing in on making sure characters are strong, fit specific roles, and aren't obnoxious. What do you think about the Invincible comic / show? Pretty awesome, but I'm almost hesitant to start it because everyone has spoiled all the major moments in friggin' Instagram reels, or they share the comics everywhere on Twitter, so I feel like it made everything prior obsolete because the climax that they've all been building up to got spoiled to me. What's the most important thing in life after your family? What's the most important thing in life after your family? That's a good question. After your family is your loved ones. If it's not them, then probably how you treat other people. You should be a positive impact on everyone's life. You never really know what people are going through, so be a good person. I heard from somewhere that you are a software engineer by profession. Is that true? By the way, love your videos. Thank you for the support, and yes, I am. Can we get a face reveal, please? Every time I see Super Saiyan 3, I just see you. You are Super Saiyan 3. There you go. That's a face reveal. But I can't do it yet until I do full-time content creation. I can't do full-time content creation until the numbers between everything is better, and those numbers won't improve until I actually do full-time content creation. It's like it's a bizarre circle. It's like you work full-time to afford a car, and you get the car to go to work. It's like it's an infinite feedback loop. I can't do full-time content creation until the numbers can support leaving my job. The numbers won't improve unless I do commit at least full-time hours to it. So it's like an infinite loop. Infinite loop. So I am super fatigued trying to balance all those things, and I'm desperately hoping that by the end of the year it works out. That's why I always share with you guys the numbers. Transparency. Are cats your favorite animal? This is mine. First of all, 10 out of 10 cat. Very cute. But I love all animals. It's not specifically cats. It's just cats are funny because they're not very... cats aren't very... It's not charismatic, but... They don't... It's almost like anytime they demonstrate a part of their personality, it's almost amplified 100 times more because it's not very common for them to do so. So it's always so adorable when a cat is just all chaotic or funny or silly. That's why so many memes are based off of cats, because they just have funny personalities. Oh, I will ask some questions about new games you're playing, like Marvel Rivals. See, this is a great guy. This guy's been tuning into the streams. Thanks, man. Wait, I would ask some questions about some new games you're playing, like Marvel Rivals, but how big do you think the update is for the 7th anniversary to bring people back? Ah, damn it, you sweet, damn it, you went back to Legends. The developers have to deliver on a giant update that's worth bringing people back, because they called it a update that trumps all other updates. And you guys got to remember, Legends does not miss with its quality of life updates. They've never missed. Think about it. They are saying that this update is bigger than 100-time Hoi Poi exchange, the eraser system being able to stop at golds or reds, repeated rerolls, being able to get guaranteed upgrades, the whole whatchamacallit, god damn it, I can't even remember, but the quality of life changes have drastically shifted how the game plays. This also includes the game even being more crisp, the higher quality assets and a screen resolution and all this stuff. They're saying like this update is bigger than everything we've ever done by a long shot. So this has to be huge. You can't come out here, say that, and then fail to deliver. So if they're that confident, I think it's going to be epic. it would have to be a pretty big deal. So I think they're gonna deliver. I'll try to do a couple more interesting ones just because I don't want this to be too long as a video. What would be something that the devs could do that would make you quit Legends? Honestly, I don't think I'd ever really quit Legends. I'd probably only ever do it if I'd probably only ever do it if it just died off as a game. I don't think I'd ever like truly quit it. At the end of the day, it's still Dragon Ball. Not really related to Legends, but what do I need to know to be a successful software engineer? I heard AI is replacing a lot of employees and the market is so competitive that it kind of demotivates me to continue my dream to become one. I'm going to tell you this now. Any job market is going to be competitive. You should not shy away from competition ever. You don't have to be a competitive person, but any field, any task, any dream, anything worth having, you are not the only person that wants it. You will have to compete with someone. Your whole life is a big competition. If it's not with someone else, it's with yourself. You should never say, I am demotivated at the thought of something being competitive. Your thought should be, this is going to be great because it's competitive. I get to see how I measure up to other people. So firstly, change your mindset and your mentality. You should not be shying away from competition. Embrace it. If you're the weakest out of the competition, you know to get better. If you're the strongest, then you know that you're pretty awesome. So first of all, embrace that. Second, AI is not replacing engineers. It'll never replace engineers. It's not possible. AI, like other things, is a tool to help your software engineering endeavors. The world is built on the backbone of software in this modern age. I 100%, but obviously I don't want this to take away from hardworking tradesmen that build the very foundation of society. But in the modern world, this information age, software plays such an important role that there will never be too little roles for everyone to fill. If you're an incompetent engineer, then you won't get any roles. But you, who are aspiring to be one, knows that this means don't be a crappy engineer then. Work hard and be a good engineer with hiring. That's all. AI is not replacing engineers. It is simply going to be a tool to help your engineering endeavors. Don't shy away from competition. Be competitive. Change your mindset now. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Hello, my goat Rai. Do you think you could start a Minecraft survival multiplayer with other Legends content creators? And what are your top 3 non-Super Saiyan 3 favorite units in the game? I would love to do any game with the other content creators. No joke. I think Goresh, Truth, and I want to stream Nightingale, the Elden Ring game. Goresh and I have been playing Marvel Rivals, you know, as well as with Toon and Indakuba. This is why you guys got to check out the second channel into streams. That's where all that stuff is. If you ever thought about, oh, I wonder what's a cool collab that could all do together, it's probably going to be there. It'll never be on the Legends channel, so keep that in mind. But I'd love to do that. It's really about whether or not they're up for it and where the interest lies. I don't really know if they care for Minecraft. Top 3 non-Super Saiyan 3 favorite units in the game. It's a good one. Top 3 non-Super Saiyan 3 favorite units in the game. Favorite units that are not Super Saiyan 3 units right now. What are those characters? Top 3. I like the transforming Super Vegito, because Vegito is my favorite fusion. So him. I actually like the yellow Goku Black. I think he's overall a pretty cool character. And I like the red Merzama, so I think he's pretty awesome. Good guy. Do you consider the main channel Raiyuden Dragon Ball content exclusive compared to Ryu Games channel? There has been a time where he did Fortnite with Nano, Diddy, and Slay. Yeah, I think so. The Fortnite little collaboration thing, because the main focus at the end of the day was Legends, that I kept it there. Javier, how are you doing? Mentally, of course. It's good to keep that in check. I'm doing okay. Thank you for keeping me in your thoughts. D-Sauce, your squat, bench, deadlift maxes, or any lift max that you take pride in. So my squat was a 405. My bench was a 305, and my deadlift was, I keep saying it's either 515 or 525, and this is because I don't remember if the plate was a 5 at the end or it was a 10. That's the only issue. I don't remember which one of them it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. So it's either 515. I'm going to go with 515 because the lower number is more conservative. But those are my lifts. Squats are very hard for me because most of my height comes from my legs. I'm like 80% legs, I swear to God. If I sit down at a dinner table with all my friends, I'm probably the shortest one. But when I stand up, I'm the tallest one. My legs are the bulk of my height. Same premise with bench. It's long arms, so that range of motion makes it very difficult, especially when the bar is touching your chest. The power that you need to push it off, that demand off your triceps, is a lot, so I typically struggle with that one. The lockout is thankfully not too bad, and deadlift was obviously one that I have easier leverages with, so those are my maxes. Yeah, pretty fun stuff. Alberto, can you try switch streaming at different times? I've always wanted to watch your streams, but the moment I'm free, you're done streaming. Try to check out the VOD channel, Raiyuden VODs. I usually throw up all the streams there. But I do apologize. It is difficult to try to stream at a time that adheres to everyone's free time, just because I'm limited at where I can. I told you guys it's at the middle of the workday. And then, I guess we'll make this the last one. Rapid Death. How do you balance working YouTube without being tired? That's the joke, my friend. I am always tired. I am always tired. Whenever I have a good amount of sleep, that is just me being slightly less tired. But either way, I think that's the good amount of Q&A questions. I'll be sure to ask again in the future. If you guys had any questions that you wanted me to answer, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe if I have some free time, I can answer them then. But either way, thank you guys for all your support, all your questions, all your interest. But until then, peace.